Lactational amenorrhea, LAM, or breastfeeding as a contraceptive, is a form of temporary contraception that is centered around the fact that breastfeeding naturally suppresses the ability of a woman to get pregnant. To lactate means to breastfeed, while amenorrhea is a term used to describe not having your period. In this regard, lactational amenorrhea can only be an effective contraceptive if three important criteria are met. Firstly, you will need to be breastfeeding your baby exclusively, or nearly exclusively, both day and night. Secondly, your period cannot have resumed since the birth. And thirdly, the baby needs to be less than 6 months old. Lactational amenorrhea works by preventing the release of an egg from the ovaries. This is because frequent breastfeeding stops the release of the hormones responsible for ovulation. With perfect use, this method is 99% effective when used in the first 6 months after having a baby. There is a risk of getting pregnant if you are unable to fully or nearly fully breastfeed, in which case an additional form of contraception is recommended. If at any point your period returns during the 6 months, LAM ceases being effective, and you will have to switch to an alternative contraceptive method, such as condoms or progestin-only pills. At 6 months, when you will need to introduce your baby to other sources of nutrients, you should book an appointment with your healthcare provider to discuss the best contraceptive method to switch to. Lactational amenorrhea must be initiated immediately after giving birth. This means that you should start breastfeeding your baby immediately after giving birth or within the first hour, and continue throughout the first 6 months after delivery, as long as you can fully or nearly fully breastfeed your baby and your monthly period has not returned. During the first few weeks after childbirth, you should breastfeed 10 to 12 times a day and 8 to 10 times a day in the following weeks. There should be no more than a 4-hour interval between breastfeeding during the day, and no more than a 6-hour interval at night time. This method is effective only if you are nursing your baby, so pumping and then breastfeeding will not work if you wish to have LAM as an effective contraceptive method. This is because the hormones released during breastfeeding are not released during pumping. In addition, complementing breast milk with formula will reduce the instances when you will need to breastfeed your baby, and LAM will not be as effective. This method may be a great fit for you if your culture or religion bans you from using any other form of contraception. It is a low-cost, purely natural, device-free, and low-effort method that provides a temporary form of contraception during the first 6 months after delivery. It is also hormone-free and can therefore be used by women who cannot use hormonal methods due to pre-existing medical conditions. In addition, the breastfeeding that accompanies lactational amenorrhea improves the general health of a newborn baby and strengthens the mother and child bond. The disadvantage of this method is that it only works for 6 months and is dependent on a smooth lactation experience, which may be difficult for some women. It is also associated with high failure rates if not used correctly. Lactational amenorrhea will not protect you from STIs or HIV, so using a condom to stay safe is highly recommended. Learn more about lactational amenorrhea and other contraceptive methods by visiting findmymethod.org.